Hello friends, welcome to Global Online University. Friends, as you all know, we have started a crash course on economics paper 2 and this is lecture number 6 where we are discussing MCQs related to factor pricing from the unit microeconomics. And friends, as you all know about our new crash course on paper 2 economics for upcoming KSET 2021 and also MS set and also for UGC NET. Yes friends, here you can attend 20 mock tests for paper 2 economics. All these 20 mock tests are very helpful to boost your preparation level. Here each test is having 100 MCQs for 2 marks. You can attend the test at multiple times also. Each test is having 100 questions. It means totally you will be prepared for 2000 MCQs here. And with this we are also providing PDF solution of all the 20 tests. After attending the test you can go through the solution PDF also, and also we are going to provide you notes on all the 10 units. Yes, these notes are very helpful for your UGC NET and KSET and MS set preparation in economics. So we are providing notes on all the units and all the previous year MCQs with answers and explanation. Yes, here 10 tests are 10 tests are on the whole syllabus and remaining tests will be on previous year's MCQs. And if you want to join for this comprehensive course, you can contact the numbers are displayed on your screen. You can just send a WhatsApp message also, we will reply you. And friends, you can access our material in our Global Online University app and also in our paid WhatsApp group. Yes, 20 mock tests, PDF solution of all the 20 tests, short notes, previous year MCQs you will get in this WhatsApp group also and in our Global Online University app also. So friends, let us move towards this schedule of 20 mock tests. Yes, here you can see the schedule of the 20 mock tests. The first test will be on 17 May, second will be on 19 May, third one is 21 May. In this way, the last test, 20th test will be on 30 July 2021. In this way, here we are going to provide you 20 mock tests, and these tests are very helpful to boost your preparation. Sometimes you will lose the qualifying KSET or UGC NET in 6 to 10 marks difference. These tests are very helpful to boost your preparation level. So if you attend these 20 tests, your confidence level is going to increase. You will understand the pattern very clearly. You will understand which are the important topics, from where the questions are arising. So for all these purposes, these 20 tests are very helpful. Okay, let us move to the questions. Here the first question is, which of the following statement is correct about adding up theorem? Yes, I hope you are aware about the adding up theorem in economics. Option A, if income generated by the given output produced during the given period is distributed according to average productivity of all factors, total income will be exhausted. Option B, total income derived from the output will be exhausted if all factors are paid according to their marginal productivity. Option C, the total income derived from the output will be exhausted if all factors are paid at the same rate. Option D, total income will be exhausted if all factors rewards are proportional to commodity prices. Yes, here the right answer is option B. Total income derived from the output will be exhausted if all factors are paid according to their marginal productivity. Please remember that here factors will be paid according to their marginal productivity according to adding up theorem. And when total income is derived from the output, it will when total income is derived, output will be exhausted. So this is about the adding up theorem. Yes, here you can see some more information related to adding up theorem. It states that in a competitive factor market, when every factor is employed in the production process is paid a price equal to the value of marginal product. Yes, this you have to remember here. Yes, in factor market, when producers are going to appoint the various factors of production, they are going to pay a price according to their value of marginal product. Then payments to the factors exhaust the total value of the output or product. This is known as the adding up theory. Is the second question. To derive the demand curve for a firm for one of the several variable factors. Yes, variable factors, you know, the factors which we can change. Yes, for example, labors. Yes, it is possible to appoint more and more labors. Raw materials. These are the variable factors. Yes, that to derive demand curve for a firm for one of the several variable factors, the following must be considered. Yes, which is the necessary to derive the demand curve for variable factor. Option A, the external effect of the change in factor price. Option B, the internal effect of the change in factor price. Option C, monopolistic exploitation. Option D, monopolistic exploitation. Yes, here the correct answer is the internal effect of the change in factor price. Yes, this has to be considered to derive the demand curve for one of the variable factor. Yes, the demand curve for variable factor, it depends on, yes, the price of the input. Yes, demand for variable factor, it is dependent on the price of the factor. When the price of the factor is high, then the demand is smaller, and vice versa. When if the price of the factor is less, then the demand will be high. And also the demand for variable factor depends on marginal physical product of that factor, which is derived by the production function. Yes, next question. According to Marshall, wage rate is determined by marginal productivity of labor only. Thus above statement is option A correct, option B partially correct, option C wrong, option D incomplete statement. Yes, here the right answer is option C, it is wrong. According to Marshall, wage rate is determined by marginal productivity of labor only. This statement is wrong, because according to Alfred Marshall, the price of a factor, for example wage rate or rent of land, are determined by the demand for the factor and also supply of the factor, and it is equal to the marginal productivity of labor. This is the correct statement. Okay, the next one is match the following list 1 with list 2. Sales maximization has objective of the firm, growth maximization has the objective of the firm, managerial utility maximization has the objective of the firm, sales profit and growth maximization has the objective of the firm. This side Morris, Baumol, Williamson, Calder. Yes, I hope you are aware about these 4 theories. The right answer is option B. Yes, here sales maximization is given by Baumol, then growth maximization is given by Morris, managerial utility maximization theory is given by Calder, then sales profit growth maximization is given by the Williamson. Yes, the next question is according to loanable funds theory, the rate of interest is a function of option A investment, option B desire to hold money, option C quantity of money, option D all of these. Yes, here the correct answer is option D all of these. According to loanable funds theory, rate of interest, it is a function of investment, desire to hold money and also quantity of money. Yes, I hope you are aware about the loanable funds theory. According to loanable funds theory, rate of interest is determined by demand for loanable funds and supply of loanable funds. And demand for loanable funds arises due to investment purpose, holding and also dis-saving. Then the supply of labor derived from savings, dis-holding, disinvestment and bank credit. Yes, the next question is arrange the below in order which they appeared. Use the code given below. First one, secular deterioration hypothesis. Second one, theory of comparative cost. Third one, factor endowment theory. Fourth one, factor price equalization theorem. The right answer is option B. Theory of comparative cost, it is the first. Then factor endowment theory, it is second. Then factor price equalization theory, it is third. Secular deterioration theory, it is fourth. Yes, theory of comparative cost given by David Ricardo in the year of 1817. Factor endowment theory, Heckscher and Whelan theory, it in the year of 1919. Factor price equalization theorem in the year of 1948. Secular deterioration theorem given by Prebisch and Singer, two economists, in the year of 1950. The next question is assertion and reasoning question. Assertion is wage is paid to the employees. Yes, this is correct. Wage will be paid to the employees. Quasi-rent is possible in long run. Yes, here do you think quasi-rent is possible in long run? No, quasi-rent, it is a short run phenomena. It arises only in the short run. So here the right answer is option C. Assertion is true, but the reason is false. Next question is wage fund theory was formulated by option A Pijocrates, J.S. Mill, option C Walker, option D Marshall. Yes, as you all know, wage fund theory was given by J.S. Mill. Yes, John Stuart Mill gave the wage fund theory in his book Principle of Political Economy. It is published in the year of 1848. In this theory, you will give solution to increase the wage rate above the subsistence level. Yes, to increase the solution, to increase the wage rate above subsistence level, according to J.S. Mill, we should control the growth of the population. Why? Because if population grew faster than the growth of capital, then wages will fall. If wages fell below subsistence level, population would decrease from disease and starvation. So we should control the population growth to increase the wages above subsistence level. The next question is the demand curve for labor is also its option A average revenue productivity curve, option B marginal revenue productivity curve, option C total revenue productivity curve, option D total utility curve. Yes, here the right answer is option B marginal revenue productivity curve. The demand for labor curve is also marginal revenue productivity curve. Yes, marginal product of labor, it depends on the amount of labor employed, keeping the firm's capital constant. So when the marginal productivity of labor diminishes, the amount of labor with the increase in the labor, the curve slope downward. And for any given real wage, the firms hire the laborers only up to at which marginal product of labor equals to the real wage rate. Hence the MP curve is also firm's labor demand curve. The next question is the slope of the ISO cost line measures. Option A the marginal rate of technical substitution, option B the marginal rate of substitution, option C the ratio of input prices, option D optimal combination of inputs. Yes, here the correct answer is the slope of the ISO cost line measures the ratio of input prices. As the ISO cost line represents all combinations of capital and labor that have the same total cost. So ISO cost line, it is the ratio of the input prices. List 1 and list 2 again match the following: full cost pricing, limit pricing, sales revenue maximization pricing. I hope you know sales maximization theory is given by Baumol. Then limit pricing is given by Baines. Then full cost pricing, Hall and Hitch. So the right option is option B. Yes, the next question, under subsistence theory of wages remain at subsistence level due to increase in growth, increase in population, both A and B, none of these. The right answer is option B, increase in population. Yes, according to the subsistence level of wage theory, wages are determined by the cost of production of labor, and the wages so determined will remain fixed. If actual wages are higher than the subsistence level, then population will increase. and leading to increase in labor supply and lower wages, and also vice versa. Okay friends, this is about our today's session. In our crash course for NET and SET Economics 2021, we are providing you 20 mock tests with PDF solution and also notes you are going to provide on all units. We are also providing previous year MCQs. If you want to join for this comprehensive course, you can contact these numbers. In the same way, for paper to English literature, we are providing 10 tests. For paper to commerce, we are providing 10 tests. For UGC NET paper 1 preparation also, we are providing 60 tests. For KSET 2021, we are providing 40 tests, 1000 MCQ PDF notes. Okay, if you subscribe for paper 2 economics and paper 1, you will get discount also. If you are already there in our paper 1 group, and okay, and if you want to subscribe for paper 2 economics also, you will get discount up to 50%. Okay friends, thank you very much. Thank you for watching this video. I wish all the best to all SET and NET aspirants in economics. Thank you.